Christmas Day. The day consisted of a ribeye steak, a trip to the beach. After the main course, my breakfast, a full white chocolate Toblerone and gummy bears. They didn't stand a chance. 33 degrees was an unexpected present this year. I strolled right up to that beachfront. I was eager to cool off in the sea. What surprised me was how big the waves were. They were crashing against the shore. And when you think of waves, you think of them coming towards you and pushing you back into the sand. But what was shocking me was once that wave has dissipated into the shore, all that water up on the beachfront comes back and you're stood in the water and then it sucks you back in to the water. I felt like I was a kid. And it was another reminder of my search for something that I haven't found yet. It was something when I was in that water, I felt fresh, I felt clean, I felt like my sins, my indiscretions had been completely wiped off. It was so refreshing. Feeling fresh. And moving halfway across the world, I feel closer to that illusionary state. Deep in Concrete, I believe it is. It's a place in Sierra Leone. One of my friends is doing a bit of work there and he sent me a video of a boy sat on top of bags of grain in a moving lorry. And I looked at that lorry and the boy, and that child looks like an absolute king in that moment, a king on a throne, just completely content in his journey, a state that he owned, a state that's rightly his. And it's got me thinking, you can spend your entire lifetime searching, as I am, in the hope to be as content as a poverty-stricken child on top of a lorry full of grain. You can spend your entire life being consumed and consuming content in the hope to be content. There's no surprises that those words are the same. Content provides you this momentary escape, this veneer of contentness. I don't know what I'm searching for, quite frankly, and I couldn't define it. But all I know is that boy in that moment has it. On my way to the gym, I ran to the gym and I actually fell over. There's actually video evidence of me running to the gym. It had one of those, those concrete stoppers that is about 5 inches off the floor and it stops the cars rolling off somewhere. It had one of them and I tripped over them, rolled on my shoulder and then popped up. And then it said the gym was shut and I was furious because there was a guy in there on the treadmill. Then I was going to knock and ask him to let me in, but I didn't want to be a pest, which is, I think with my personality disposition, I'm grateful for the base level of confidence I have, but I am conscious that I can become a pest. Not for my sake, but just, you don't want to unsettle the world. But it's contradictory, the idea that the gym is shut on Christmas because it's a 24/7 gym and the customers have access. And I hate inconsistencies in anything. Hate it. If you're committed to something and you say something and then renege back on your commitment, it makes me uncomfortable. And the world is full of these people. And it's not their problem, it's my problem. My attachment to others' outcome have had to, as I've got older, decrease, because otherwise I'm just sat there arguing with myself, frustrated that people can't follow through on their own words. Why does other people's frustration and promise breaking to themselves affect me? Baffles me. And it's probably because these people are in touching distance of me and I allow myself to be around them. If you're quitting drinking or smoking for a year, commit to it. If you're quitting vaping, commit to it. If you say you're going to work towards a goal, work to it. I have no issue with people not achieving their goals. I have issues with people breaking their words to themselves and disregarding the process. It's so frustrating. And it's probably not even, again, I don't even know why I'm bothered it's in them. It's probably just a reminder that, of the promise you've broken to yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolute apathy is my state currently. It amazes me how little interest I can show in specific areas of people's life, and they're still divulging in it. I'll be present in the moment. I'll be there to listen to them, and I'm like, are you not picking up on the fact that I'm not even interested in this? But that's what you realize. If you pause for a moment, your contribution towards the moment becomes apparent. Are you contributing to this person, or are you merely an audience member? These people are yappers. I disdain commentators. They love to talk about the activities in their lives rather than actively acting out those activities in their lives. What they miss is that dopamine they're receiving isn't a replacement for participating in those activities. And imitation in today's society has replaced reality, and the internet is merely a seed for that concept. People no longer see the value in real. It's a race to the bottom. There's a scene in The Matrix where the antagonist, I think it's in Matrix 1, it's quality film, you haven't seen it. He double crosses the protagonists, and I mean that plurally because Neo's the protagonist, but Neo and his good guys, they get set up to be ambushed by a guy called Cypher. And there's a part in the scene where he's chewing his steak. He meets with Agent Smith and he's chewing his steak. And essentially throughout this scene, he talks about the steak and how he eats it and how he knows it's not real, but he's okay with that as long as it feels like the real thing. He's okay to ignore the fact that it isn't reality. And that is today's society. You know, this post-digital debauchery that we involve ourselves in doesn't even come with a side order of social contact. It leads to isolation as you're sucked into the algorithm. Do you know what I mean? And then when you get into those social arenas, they are then filled with what are digital avatars. You're not an Instagram baddie. You use filler and go to bed early when you're sad. You aren't Andrew Tate. You use Hinge-X. Is there anyone that you admire? Being in a club or in a bar is part of why you admire them, honestly. It's absolutely hilarious. I don't know why we enjoy these parts of ourselves. It's like, I understand why people are getting sucked into the digital world because the internet has made the real world so boring and so bad. It's like people are caricatures of what humans are, essentially. Absolutely insane. I've gone off into the rant, fuck. But yeah, Christmas was good. I'm enjoying it. Like today, I had a really good interaction with someone who works in the chemist, literally about 20 meters from where I live, and then in the ice cream shop as well. And I walked into the ice cream shop and I was like, hi, back again, because it's a place where I regularly frequent. She goes, oh, I seen you. And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I've seen you in the chemist. She's like, oh, I've got multiple jobs. How refreshing. Just admitted it in comparison to the girl who was ashamed and couldn't express that she had multiple jobs when I was in a hostel in Perth. And she was like, yeah, I'm not following you. And I was just like laughing at the idea that someone was nervous about telling me that they'd seen me in another place. Do you know how wild that is? Because I've actually been on the other side where I want to introduce myself because I've seen them. I've seen someone before and like I felt nervous because I wouldn't want people to think I'm weird that I've seen the same human more than once. Coming to this part of Australia, coming to where I live now, I feel like I'm relearning social tools that have been stripped from me. I like the fact it takes 10 working days to order something off the internet to get to my place. It means I'm forced to go into the town. I seen a guy break his meth pipe on the road the other day. Like shatter his meth pipe and there was glass on the road and I was like, oh, maybe someone's car's been broken into. No, it was a meth pipe. And I was happy to see that someone's actually doing something outside of double tapping and liking, spending 2 seconds on a TikTok reel when you're not even ingesting the content. You're just scrolling down like a roulette machine. You could put someone in a Las Vegas scene. You know those Las Vegas scenes, films like in Fear and Loathing where they walk through casinos and people are pulling down on roulette machines. You could just put someone in there, and instead of the roulette machine, you put a phone there and you just put someone flicking with their fingers. It's absolutely insane. It's good to be in the real world of where I am. It's refreshing. And even the whole Jake Paul saga or phenomenon that's happened. Like Jake Paul, when people refer to him, they talk about him as a Disney kid, as in like it's a pejorative term. When in reality, in the year that Jake Paul was coming up and to be a Disney kid, you have to go to acting school. There'd be years before you'd see the big stage. You'd have to train in your craft before you were exposed to an audience. And I think this is what people are getting wrong. It's like you'd spent years in your craft, and you'd be exposed to an audience that were invested in your craft. Whereas now, the numbers have replaced the true engagement. And the idea is put forward that, you can get this exposure to this many people. They're not engaged. They're absolutely not engaged. So why are we then labeling this guy as a Disney kid in a pejorative, disrespectful way? When in reality, being a Disney kid or a talent trained to, show up and perform on Disney, that's a compliment. It's never been so easy to reach 200,000 people. It's never been so easy to be ignored by 200,000 people. It's never been so easy to be ignored by that many people. Think about how much content you've watched today. Think about how many faces you've seen on your screen. None of them are memorable. As a platform, TikTok and the algorithm, there's something really, to say it's cringe is just so platitudinous and so obvious, so as to not even be worth saying. It reduces people down to a very infantile perspective, a very infantile essence of themselves. Hey, look at my shoes. Hey, look at my fit. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is something really infantilizing about TikTok. And it's like the algorithms are now what has replaced not only that social interaction, but that social appreciation is an app. I've been watching these fit videos, and it's like my niece would come up to me and be like, "Uncle Man, look at my shoes." Do you know what I mean? Like, it reduces people down to infants. But anyway, yeah. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, man, this one went on for a bit long, but it's just something that's been really pinging through my head about how there are still pockets in the world where what you're searching for exists, but you're going to have to turn your back on the easy path. Do you know what I'm saying? See you later. See you next week. Yeah, man. Just been playing with a bit of colour correction on the videos. I hope you enjoy it. Jar Rastafari. Leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Love.